New sheriff at Scott County Sheriff's Department joining me now. They have anonymous tip page. Hi, Derek.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How you liking your new digs?
It's going well. We're starting to move forward, doing some great things, and trying to get some public education out there today.
Yeah, and I think public education is exactly what this is, because a lot of times people don't want to say anything because they don't want to be involved because they're afraid of repercussions or this or that thing. This takes that out of the equation.
Yeah, it does. So it's something that the sheriff's office has had for a while. I just don't think people were aware of it. So we do have an anonymous tip line on our website that you can submit any information, and it comes to us via email, and you can leave all your information out.
Okay. So then how do you know it's true? I mean, because if somebody doesn't put their name on something, how do you know it's not just somebody with, sour eggs?
Yeah, that happens. It's just another tool for us to use to reach out to investigate, and if we find out, that's not the facts, then we'll just move on to the next one. We know that's going to happen, but we've also had success in the future getting good information too.
Right, and you know what? Any lead is a good lead, right? If you're stuck on something, you take anything. See where it goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So how do people find it?
So you can go to the Scott County Sheriff's Office webpage, and under the Sheriff's Office, there's an anonymous tip, and you just fill out whatever information you want to put in them boxes. You can leave all your information, or you can just give us a brief detail of what you're wanting to pass along to us.
Okay, so let's say it's a serious crime, like, we've recently been able to take into custody in another county, I believe, though, people who were involved in a very horrible death a long time ago, and remains were found. If somebody knew that the remains were there and they sent you an anonymous tip and you found them, would they not then have to say something in court?
We would really like for the average law-abiding citizens to step up and help us and confront these horrible crimes.
Yeah.
And it's great to even have that, but at the end of the day, as you said, some people just don't want to put their name out there in fear of retaliation or judgment from other people.
Yeah, and it's a true fear. I mean, it's an absolute fear, because that's why 90% of the time people don't say anything, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 100% correct. I think a lot of it is mainly the fear of retaliation.
Yeah, well, I never fear that because, come on with it. That's what I always say. But, in some cases, it is the reason why people don't come forward. And if they can do it anonymously, I think that's a tool that gives people the opportunity to do so without the fear of retaliation. But if you're the only one who knows this thing, how do you go about making sure they don't get, I guess, repercussions from letting you know? If you're the only one who knows, like you're the only one they told, and they tell you in the submit a crime tip, they might feel like they're scared then. Do you help them with that?
Yeah, we have ways of protecting witnesses, and, not something we can talk about on the air just due to security concerns, but right. there are ways we can protect witnesses. And we do encourage, people come forward and trust us in that process. Okay,
awesome. So it's on the Scott County Sheriff's page. It's called Submit a Crime Tip. What all is involved in this?
So again, it's just if you want to leave your name, phone number, email, and there's a comment box for the information you want to pass along, or you can just fill out the comment box and click on submit, and it comes straight to us via email, and only a small group of us see that email even.
Okay, and that's why I asked, because when we say it's anonymous, it asks for your name, your email, your phone number, your address. It asks for all of that. That might scare someone away from using it because they think, well, this isn't anonymous. They have all my information.
Yeah, and you don't. So the only box that requires to be filled out is the information box before it'll let you hit submit. You can leave out the fields of your name and all that, and it'll still submit.
It'll still submit. Okay, that was where I was going with all my other questions, because people are very skittish when you start saying it's anonymous, but then you ask for their information. But have
Yep,
you?
nope. Them boxes are just there, so in case you want to leave everything, and as I said, you can leave them blank also.
Okay, so you said this isn't a new thing. Has it been useful in the past?
You know, with the prior administration, I'm not sure. I know they've had leads, but I can't personally speak on that. I know since I took office in January, it's been helpful on some crimes already. And
Awesome.
seeing that, I felt like the public here in Scott County and even surrounding counties didn't know we have that option. So we're just trying to educate people what we are doing and what we already have in place and plan on doing in the future.
All right. Now, I know you've been there just for some time, but I mean, I've known you for years because of your work with the prior, I guess, organization you were with, we will say. And you were well known as a go-getter, somebody who was ready to just get her done. And I think that's why you were elected as sheriff of Scott County. So what have you implemented since you've been there that you're most proud of? Anything come to mind?
No, I mean several things. You know, we're trying to advance in technology. I think one of the big hits now is prior there was no marked patrol cars, so you really didn't see deputies out, even though they were out and about. So we've gotten all of our main patrol fleet stickered now. We're proud to represent who we are. We're actively day in and day out trying to fight crime 24/7, and you know we've had people trying to run from us, and my message has always been you can run, but we're going to catch you.
Yeah.
So
eventually, we're going to get you. I think that's fantastic. I think you should be proud, and they should be marked, and I think people should know that there's a sheriff next to them. Not only do they act better, at least while you're next to them, but it gives them an idea of this isn't just, some regular Joe. This is actually a sheriff. I have my Dallas Cowboy star on my car, and you wouldn't believe how many people slam on the brakes when they're speeding on the highway when they see the star. I'm like, dude, it's a football team. I'm not a cop. It's hilarious. But it does happen.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you having me on today, and also something to throw out there. We can, if you don't want to use the website, you can still always call our sheriff's office at our non-emergency line and leave information too. Now, that fact your phone number may populate, so just another option for people to report.
Okay. So, and what's that number? Do you know it off the top of your head?
Yeah, it's area code 573-545-3525. And then, of course, for all emergencies, it's still 911.
Okay. All right. Derek Wheatley is your new sheriff in Scott County. It's the Submit a Crime Tip sheet. And remember, you don't have to fill out all the information, just the crime tip, but they should be as specific as possible, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. Derek.
Good morning, or have a good afternoon, and enjoy your day.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.